stream on the radio, and then we'll go. We'll hit the live stream on the radio. It's cool. That's cool. Let me see my page. I don't see it, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Uh,
Thank
Yo,
you for
oh,
changing
there
it
it
the
is.
last
Alrighty.
minute.
A little delay there. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the live stream on the radio station, and then we're gonna get started. Let me make sure all my phones on mute, because you know one thing about going live is these people will definitely call you, text you, and email you right when you're on live. They see you on live. They see you doing your content. Let me call. I got some.
Yeah.
Go.
Be like, wait a minute now.
I love it. Okay, we are live. Thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome to Hidden Images Podcast, powered by the all new Hidden Images Radio Network, a Dallas podcast hub, plus the top variety of music, all under one roof. We're broadcasting from the Live 365 app, so I need you to go over there and download that app. Search Hidden Images Radio Network, so that way you can tune into some of the hottest music and artists that you all know and love. I'm your podcast host, Sabrina Ford, but you can call me Everything Sabrina, because I'm giving you a little bit of everything of me. And for the next hour and 30, we're bringing you nothing but the biz. It's Wednesday, March 19th, and today is my bestie's birthday. Shout out to my best friend in the whole entire world, DeAndre Webster, aka Baby D. She don't want to be called Baby D no more because she says she grown now. But I know her as Baby D. That is my girl. I love you. Happy birthday. I just want to send that special shout out to you, girl. Today's guest, we have the host of Real Raw Let's Talk podcast, T Pretty Smile.
Hey.
But before we get started with today's podcast conversation, I want to go ahead and bring y'all some news you could use. All right, y'all already know this is a business podcast, so I want to bring y'all nothing but the biz. And I want to bring y'all a couple of high interest savings account that you can start earning more money on your interest right now. Okay, so I've got a Discover card right now. If you have money that you need to invest, willing to invest, you want to start investing, y'all need to head over to Discover, because right now they have a savings account, a high yield savings account that's going to net you 3.7%. That is a really good interest rate. Y'all already know I work at a bank, and I'm not going to lie, we are not offering 3.7% right now. So one of my other favorites accounts that I do like to tell people to kind of go over and check out is Capital One. Capital One has a 360 performance savings account. Right now, they got 3.7%. That is good. No fees, no minimum deposit. So I think that is really good for beginners. It's for myself. Like, I definitely want to start investing outside of the current investments that I have, so that way my money can start working for itself. And so I highly encourage you all to kind of check out some of those high interest, high yield savings accounts, especially the ones with no minimum deposit, or no minimum down payment, or no minimum an entry fee, because we definitely sometimes we start from the bottom, baby, and I know I don't have 15K to give them. So I just want to keep it simple and easy for some of y'all. So those are my top two right there: Discovering Capital One. Y'all head on over to their websites, and definitely want to start your savings off right, start earning that high interest, and let your money work for you, baby. All right, we're going to cut to a really, really, really quick commercial break, dive into that, and then we're going to get right back with T Pretty Smile, because we got a lot to talk about today, baby. Let's go. If y'all are not listening in on the radio, you're probably not going to hear these commercials and these nice commercial breaks I got coming for you, but y'all already know I got to pay the bills. I got to pay these bills on this commercial break. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to a commercial break on the radio, and then we'll be right back with more Hidden Images podcast, powered by the all new Hidden Images Radio Network. Okay, I'm on mute right now. I had to cut to a commercial break on the radio. I have to like play commercials. Um, you have to play at least 4 commercials during your hour of broadcasting. So I gotta make sure I pay them so they don't shut me down. So I'm kind of new to the radio, to radio, but I definitely that's something outside of this I would love to connect with you on. It's like taking your content and picking a time slot and putting it in on the radio so that way we can all kind of support each other that way. I think that's
Heck
kind of dope.
yeah.
Just adding to the network. But
For
yeah, as soon as
sure,
we
for
cut back from
sure.
the break, then we'll kind of get into it. How are y'all doing today? I hope y'all tuning in. Let me go ahead and we're getting live, baby. We're on a quick commercial break. Got about 5 seconds left, and we're gonna get back to it, baby.
Baby, your commercial breaks ain't playing.
Yes, we back. Welcome back to Hidden Images Podcast, powered by the all new Hidden Images Radio Network. I'm your podcast host, Sabrina Ford, and today's guest is T Pretty Smile. She is the host of Real Raw Let's Talk podcast. We got 2 podcast hosts in the building
In the
on live
building.
stream. Yes, I love it. I love it. And I just want to go ahead and start there because I love the fact that both of us are podcast hosts. Both of
Hmm.
us are supporting each other. It's like
Yes.
we reached out to each other and it's like, I want you to be a guest. I want to be a guest. Let's do it. Let's support each other. It's enough out here for everybody to eat. And so why would
Facts.
I not have another podcast host on my podcast? I
That
love
part.
it.
We're gonna
Yes.
get you
So
over
I
to we're
appreciate
gonna
you
get
for
you over the
being on
river.
here. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I love it. Go ahead and I like to, start off pretty simple, pretty basic. Just introduce yourself, tell everybody, just a little bit about you, dive into the podcast a little bit, and then we're gonna go from there.
Okay, babe. Well, first of all, I appreciate you and thank you so much for having me on the
Did we lose her? No. We were just getting started. I don't know what happened. Did we lose her? Are we still on there? Or did we lose me? Oh, hold on, y'all. We're going to get her back. Don't worry. No se preocupe. Has joined the orientation. Let's see. I think we did lose our guest, but that's okay, baby. That's okay. We're going to get her back on here. Yes, I don't see her. So I don't know if we lost her or not. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if we lost her. What happened? Was it me? Did I lose her? Mm. Anywho, I'm just gonna admire my beauty until we get her back. Let me let y'all know I do not wear a lot of makeup, baby. I just put on a little bit of makeup. I don't even know how to do makeup. As you can see, I got a little bit right there. I don't even know how to do makeup, so I just put on as little as possible to cover up as much as I can. But we're gonna get our guest back in here. I don't understand what happened. Not gonna lie, I don't even know. She could be here and I could just be talking over her. But I don't see her. I don't see her. I don't see her at all. I don't know what happened. But you know what? It's always a plan B. Here we go. Ah,
I don't know what happened.
we got her back. I don't know. You should
I
have
don't know
seen
what
me. I
happened.
was just like, what happened? I'm just like, I'm just gonna admire my beauty, like just until she gets back. I put on a little makeup. Y'all gonna see me today,
Y'all
baby.
gonna see me. Look, it happens all the time. Look, like,
No, I
Lord,
love
the
it.
devil
I love it. I love it. Well, I appreciate you for
busy,
jumping back on.
bro.
I know sometimes there are technical difficulties, so we're not gonna hold it. It's the
For
universe
sure.
trying to stop us from having a great show, but ain't nothing gonna stop us from having a great show. Okay.
at all. Period.
Period. There you go. So we left off, you're about to introduce yourself, tell the viewers just a little bit more about you. Let's dive into your
Okay.
podcast, what it's about, and then we'll just kind of go from there.
All right. So y'all, like Sabrina said, so I'm the host of Real Raw Let's Talk, where we like to have conversations that are going to begin somewhere and continue. So not only that, but it's an unfiltered platform to discuss like conversations that we're not having in these rooms, such as generational curses, such as uh what's another one? We've had so many. There's just numerous mother grief into motherhood, just a lot of different conversations that we don't have. And so we like to bring, real life stories, real life conversation, real life topics, so that people not only can just have them with the group but go on to share them with other people and continue to have these conversations, because we tend to get in these spaces and everybody's having these experiences or going through this and that, but nobody's talking about it. And I feel like if we continue to talk about it, we can make those conversations normal because they need to happen.
Yeah,
So that's what
yeah.
we do at Real Raw Let's Talk for sure.
I agree. I love it. When did you start podcasting?
Girl, 3 years ago, I got into podcasting because at the time I was diagnosed with what's called Chiari malformation, right? And it's like a head condition. So it's like where some of your brain is like in your neck. And so it caused you to have like all these headaches and things. And so I was going to work and like I didn't want to talk to nobody. And if anybody know me, like I'm an extrovert. I'm always laughing, I'm joking, I'm always saying something crazy. Like that's me. But when I was going through this condition, like I was a real introvert because I was depressed. It messes up your speech. Which I have a problem with even now, but I keep pushing. Um, and so like a lot of those things were happening. And I was like, one day I went to work and little behold, opened a computer and there was a support group for it. And I was like, wait a minute, like there's a support group and people were feeling the same thing I was feeling. And I'm like, why ain't nobody talking about it then? Well, then later on I became a single mother. And so I was like going through things, and I don't know if you have kids, Sabrina, but like when you have kids, it's like people don't want to tell you like, oh, you can go here to get diapers for free. Oh, you can do this for free. It's typically word of mouth for us, if that makes sense, right? And so I took that and I was like, okay, why are we not sharing those resources? Why are those not available to everybody? So when I jumped into podcasting, I was like, you know what? I want to be able to have these conversations because I'm not the only one feeling this way. I'm not the only one who has these questions. I'm not the only single mother out here who's struggling. I'm not the only one, So I was like, I want to build a platform where we can talk about those things, give those resources out, and just be able to continue to talk and build those discussions.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important to start and continue the conversation. I mean, there's, a lot of talks, on different topics. One thing that I like to also add to that is not only are we talking about it, but are we putting action behind it? Because we can
Yeah.
we can talk about it, and it's perfectly fine. We're going to continue to talk because that sparks the motivation to be active about it. But are
Mm-hmm.
we actually going to put action behind our words, behind the conversations, behind everything that we've learned? I'm
That
not
part.
a mother, but I do aspire one day to be a mother. I'm an auntie of 8, so
Oh,
I
save yourself.
don't have those experiences. You know what? And one of my nieces, she giving my sister the blues right now, baby. And I don't know if I'm like, niece, you're not gonna get no cousins from over here. Oh, I don't know, but
They something else. They something
but
else.
baby, and I love children. I do. I love children, but I also I do. I commend mothers. I respect them. Y'all out here doing y'all thing, and the active fathers, they out here doing their thing too. I know that's another kind of touchy subject to kind of talk about. But I want to ask you this: like when it comes to the different topics and conversations, Do you remember Dave Chappelle when he had that skit on the Chappelle Show when keeping it real goes wrong?
Girl,
Have
that
you
was my
ever
favorite part.
had that? Like, have you ever had that? Because you know it's real wrong.
You know
Have you
what,
ever had that experience?
girl? To be honest, so when people come on my show, I don't tell my guests the topics. I don't let them
Okay.
know because I want to keep them like ready. I want to keep them
Okay.
themselves. And I feel
Yeah.
like when people start to know the topic, it's like the whole week they're just thinking of what to say, what's gonna sound right. Nah, I want your true feelings. If you feel that way, if you feel that way, we can
Yeah.
talk about it. Like it's okay because somebody else feel that way too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with Keep It Real Going, that's my favorite episodes on there. I would say I have, but it didn't go bad. That part because people know my spirit and they know like that I'm real funny. I'm just laughing and I'm making them comfortable, so they don't take it as a threat. Like what you just say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we was having these conversations like we used to, like at my job, my old job, yeah, it done went left a few times. But because people know me in my industry, like or people just know me in general as being funny, being goofy, and it's like, girl, she ain't mean nothing about that. She just really want to know, like, what's the deal? I want to know too. Like, so
Yeah.
I don't want to say I really had a real that kind of moment. Do I throw people for a curveball? Yes, sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta throw that curveball because, like you said, it just keeps it interesting, keeps people on their toes, and I like it. I like it. What are like some of your most memorable guests that you've had so far?
Oh, girl. I've had Tyrone and Tyrone Betters and
Ooh.
Tony Williams. Girl, them men right there, them actors right there, baby.
Ooh.
They are some real brothers, and one thing about them that I love for sure is that they're not just showing you brotherly love on scene. Like they're like that in real life. And
Yeah.
I love the way that they are with each other. Like it just reminds me
Yeah.
of my two brothers, how they are. And for them not to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
actually blood, it's like, man, I love seeing brotherly love like that. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I've had let's see, Rilla K, who's an artist.
Okay.
Uh I've had girl, so many people. Mariah the scientist, not the scientist, but Mariah, she's also called Mariah the scientist, but Mariah. She's been on there as well as Elijah Wine Raven, where we talked about like why men don't cry. That was one of my favorite episodes at the very beginning. It was real interesting. And of course I've had
I
my
have to
team
go
on
back
there
and
and
watch
those kind
that
of
one.
my yeah, and I've had my team on there from JFL Productions, B Terrell, Montez. We've all like we're a team, and so having them on my show, I love it because it really just brings out the beast in me. Like, yeah, let's get it. I love having them on there.
Yeah. So when you say JF Productions, what are you an actress as well?
Girl, no,
Producer? What do you do with that?
no, JFL Production is Fred Russell, who's a part of JFL Productions.
Oh, JFL. You said JFL Productions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. What is that?
JFL Fred, he's a photographer. He's a photographer and a videographer. So he does
Oh,
majority like
okay.
of my
Okay,
work and stuff.
Frederick.
Yes.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. I at first I thought you were referring to like the JF Bailey J. I thought you were talking about that,
Oh no.
because I know that's kind of a similar name. So that's what I thought you were talking about. Like I didn't know you were an actress too.
Girl, nah. Look, I got one line for you. You can put me in there with one line or let it just be me, myself. I got you. But not reading whole I can't remember
Yeah,
whole bunch of lines.
yeah. You know what? That's probably why I haven't dove too much deeper into it. You know, I've been an extra here and there. I think I might can do it, but I'm gonna forget the lines like
That part.
script
Girl,
supervisor.
they be
What I'm
committed.
supposed to say? They do. They do. They really are committed. Have you seen some of the? Well, I know you have because you've interviewed a couple of the actors. Or do you have any of the favorite movies that are out there here in the DFW now?
Girl, yes. So I do Tubi Tuesday. Tubi Tuesday. I do Tubi Tuesday. Every
Okay.
Tuesday I kind of like I review a movie, I watch it, do my little setup, and then like I review a Tubi movie, just a random movie that, that I like. And so this week I did The Creep, and that's by J.F. Bailey, of course,
Ah,
and A.D. Scott. Girl, that movie. that movie is
yes.
so good.
You know they got the Creep 2
Baby.
coming out, right?
Girl,
So the
yes.
premiere is coming up too. Are you going to the premiere?
I got to. The way that movie was, girl,
I'ma
I
be
got
there.
to.
Let's go together. Yes,
Let's go.
let's
Let's
meet
do
there.
that.
Let's
Let's
hang
do
out.
that.
I definitely have that on my calendar to go. I think it's what April 27th.
April.
I think
Mm-hmm.
so. It's coming up around the
I
corner.
definitely we definitely gotta go. That movie was
Yes,
so good. Like
definitely
I think that's
was.
one of my favorite movies right now on Tubi was that was really good. I can't wait. Like if he make a two and a three, I'm all for it. I'm for it because it was that good.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to spill too much of the beans, but I did hear that there might be another one after the second one. Y'all don't get mad at
Ew.
me.
Ew. I'm ready
I ain't gonna
for
say who
it.
I heard that from.
Look, and you know
But
what's so
there's
funny, girl?
another movie. No, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Select. It's girl,
No,
speaking
go
of
ahead.
that movie, like Corey Espy is one of the actors who I've like, girl, I have always wanted to interview like for a while now.
Yeah.
When I started doing interviews, he was one of the ones I wanted to interview. After watching Creed, why I'm scared,
Oh,
girl.
you know
I'm
what? Do not
like,
be scared.
girl, he played that part well. You hear me? Well, extremely. I was like, look at here. I don't know how I'm gonna look at you sideways while I'm interviewing you.
I get it because I was an extra in a movie called Mojo Savage, and
Ooh.
Rakim Al Jabbar he played a character called Snipes. And I mean, after that movie came out, the reviews were in. Everybody hated Snipes, baby. Like everybody was like, "I can't stand that nigga. You grimy, you do this." And I felt like when you feel that way in person about a particular actor's character in the movie, that means they did their job.
Facts. Facts. That's so real. So real. Girl, I was when I met Skrill. He's the
Yeah.
Skrill, he's on I Got You Forever. Shout out
Yeah.
to director Yana. When I before I met him and I saw like a film or two, I was like, oh, okay. I'm he a little rough around the edges. Girl, I was like, I'm gonna have to put my thug face on when I talk to him, like, girl. But meeting him was so totally different. He's such like a big brother.
Mm,
Like shout out to you, Skrill. Like he's such a big brother. He
mm.
gives such a big brother vibes.
That's
So
dope.
it's like
That's
you
dope.
said, when you see them in the film, it's and they be able to just master that role and you have a different perspective of them personally. Like that's when you know, like, yo, you got something. Like that's true art right there.
Big facts, big facts, big facts. Shout out to all of them. They doing their thing. And
They
next
is.
week, I don't know if you're busy next Thursday or next Wednesday, but let me make sure. Let me look at my calendar real quick. I have a one off. No, actually, April 2nd. No, April 9th. I'm sorry. April 9th. Put it on your calendar. I would love to have you come in and sit with us because I'm going to be talking to Demarcus and Corey, and we're going to have like this kind of one off episode of Hidden Images, and we're going to be talking about relationships. So I think you would be a great host with me. We can co-host that episode together because it's kind of leaning more towards what you do talk about on your podcast versus mine. It's really more so business entrepreneurs want to kind of stick to that. But I did tell them I would like to do like this one off on relationships. So I would love to have you come in and sit with us, two females, two guys. I think because they're
Yes.
gonna tag team on me, and I don't want that.
Oh, so you want me to
Y'all
help
not
you with the
gonna
smoke?
tag team on me. We not gonna do that. So I'm gonna find
I
me a
got you.
co-host, and we gonna
I
rock it out
got you.
together.
I
Yes,
got you.
yes, yes,
Let's make it
definitely.
happen.
I know you said you're a single parent. How do
Mm,
you juggle everything? You got your podcast, or you working a full time job? You're a single parent. Is it one child too?
girl,
Just
one.
one?
Don't add no more. One,
There
just
you
one.
go. I
Nah.
love it. Just one. How do you juggle everything? Because I know life gets busy, it gets tough. So how do you manage everything?
It's hard. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's hard having a
Yeah.
balance because I'm busy a lot. Either like on my computer I'm working or I'm talking to people and my daughter want my attention. And it's kinda like I have to pull myself like, okay, I'm gonna do this while she in school when she get out. Like I have to have a system because I don't never want her to feel left out. So it's very much hard because there's so much that we have that just kids need attention, love, and
That's true.
care, and still trying to be a mom, super mom at that, and you got to do double the duties because you got to do
Right.
daddy duty and mommy duty. So
Right.
it's hard, but I do have a great support system. My mom helps me out greatly. My sister, my friend, like I have a good support system where I'm able to do what I need to do. But in being her mom though, like it's a duty. It's a duty. At first I wanted a boy because girls expensive than a mug. But I love my little mini me. I really do.
I love it. I love it. I think for me, I don't know. I think I do want a boy too. Girls are. I'm a girl, so I
Hmm.
know what it is to be a girl. My mom had a lot of trouble with me. I was my mama's trouble child, so
Oh, see,
shout
you
out to
ain't you just
mommy.
trying not to reap what you sow. That's what that is.
Exactly, I'm not. I don't. I don't want a
So,
little mini me. I
girl, I was
don't.
in
I
there.
could not handle.
Girl, I was crying one day to my mama, and she was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "It's me versus me." She said, "Uh huh, uh huh." I
Me
thought
versus
so.
me.
Girl,
I
kids something
love
else.
it. Me versus me. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So, do you work a full time job as well?
So I don't actually.
Oh,
So
that's good.
it ain't good, girl. It
Entrepreneur.
ain't good. I'm trying to
I'm
build a
all for
toilet.
entrepreneurship.
True entrepreneurship. Very much true entrepreneurship over here. But I was working a full time job, but then last year I was diagnosed with cancer, so I ended up having to make some different arrangements. And like God just had me off for a while, and after that, I end up like cutting down hours to nothing, because I couldn't
Yeah.
work. So now just kind of like getting back into working, looking for another job, because I was a home health care, and I still do home health care, but it's not just full time right now.
Yeah, yeah. So being diagnosed with cancer, when did you find out that news, and how did you take it, and how are you managing it now?
So I was diagnosed last year, last January. I was at work, girl, literally just passed out, um, out of
Oh
there.
wow.
But I had a lot of pain and didn't know where it was coming from. So the ambulance came, went to the hospital, and they was like, "Oh, well, you have a attachment to your ovary." So needless to say, I had to go to three different hospitals, and shout out to Parkland. Parkland was the only one to be like, "Yeah, you need surgery like right now." So when they did the surgery is when they found out that I had cancer. Did not know the whole time. Don't even know how long I had been having it or anything. Um,
Yeah.
so when they end up taking the tumor out, they ended up bursting it. So some of the sick cancer cells were still there, but I was in remission. Everything was good. God, glory be to God. Everything was good. Unfortunately, within the last couple of weeks, um, my cancer has kind of took a turn. So now it's back, and it's doing its own thing. But managing it wise, I did all I can do. But like I'm just gonna still do this fight. I'm still gonna run with it. I'm still doing my life. I'm not gonna let that stop me because I know that
Right.
where I was last year was off on the deep end. So I know for God to bring me out of there and put me here, it's a mission. Like I'm doing what He want me to do. Sometimes people be like, "Oh, the devil," you know. No, sometimes God will sit your ass down and make change. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what he did. He had to sit me down, gather me, and be like, "Look, this what I still want you to podcast, but I want you to do it this way, and I want you to keep doing it this way. I need you. Your
Right.
testimony is not even for you; it's for other people." And that's what I've been
Mm.
doing, and I love it. So I
Yeah.
don't like nobody feeling sorry for me or nothing like that because it's His glory in the end. It's testimony. My hardship is somebody else's testimony to go through what they going through. So I'm just pulling somebody else up. That's how I see it.
Yeah, that's deep and that's strong, and I commend you for like being able to talk about it, being
Oh
able to
yeah,
share it, being comfortable to talk about it. A lot of people when they go through stuff, they try to hold it in, they try to hide it, they try to shelter themselves, from other people. And I firmly believe that there are more good than bad in the world. So I do firmly believe that there are people out here who need to hear different stories, who want to hear it, who want to comfort, who want to respect, who want to be a part of the journey in your healing process. And so I commend you for sharing that. That I know it's not a lie. I know some people, like for me, I went through a traumatic experience back in 2013. And at first, I wasn't telling anybody about it. I had two ectopic pregnancies. And so,
mm,
like, even now, I can't really have children naturally. So I'd have to go through in vitro, adopt, or just find a man who already has several kids and just be a stepmommy.
hey, ain't nothing wrong with
But
it.
at first, I wouldn't talk about it. I would not. I would pretend, and I wouldn't talk about it. And it took me a while to be able to talk about it. So I love that we're both here. We're both in a space to where we can
Yes,
talk about, things that we've gone through because we're not the only one. And I
right.
think that is actually what kind of helped me realize I'm okay. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who's been through this. There are other women who's actually been through worse, who've actually died because of an ectopic
Yeah.
pregnancy. So, we're here today. We're on this podcast. We got a lot of love. I love your personality. You right, you vibe. You got a vibe. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes. And we just keep pushing every day. That's all we can do. That's all we can do
Nah,
is just
that's
keep
all
pushing
we can
every day.
do. And like you said,
Yeah.
a lot of women don't want to talk about a lot of things they've been through. Like
That's
when I
true.
first got diagnosed, girl, I was like, okay, what's going on? What's gonna happen? And then to later on, it's like, oh, you in menopause, and I'm like, hold up. All I've ever heard about menopause, girl, is just that people get hot. That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the doctor was like, yeah, a lot of people have go through menopause, and I'm like, who? Because ain't nobody talking about it.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah.
that's why I talk a lot about my cancer because I feel like we don't talk about it as black people, and I mean any culture really, but as black people, it's always we find out of what our family history has or who Big Mama got what and this, that, and the third when Big Mama in the casket.
Right.
And now we're trying to backtrack and be like, oh yeah, this person had this person had that. Oh, this probably why you got this. Well, them the
Right.
conversations we need to be having while Big Mama's still alive. These are conversations
Right.
we need to be having because they can help prevent somebody else. And it's not always like
Absolutely.
that, but for us, we don't talk about it. So that's why I be so vocal about my cancer, about what I go through, because I know it's to help someone else. Somebody else is ashamed, and you shouldn't be. It's life, it happens. Like, like even with you, I know that's a hard thing to go through, but like you said, talking about it, like, like it's other people like me too. Yeah, and who's to say what comes from that support group?
Absolutely.
So I'm here
Absolutely.
for it,
I
boo.
did a I did a photo shoot one day. There's a girl on Facebook who she went through an ectopic pregnancy, and I guess for women who have been through it and they have a child afterwards, they call them a rainbow baby. And so she developed this group to where I think it's called Rainbow. It's called Rainbow something. It's been a couple years since I have been connected with her and the ladies in the group. But we did a photo shoot. Like you individually do your own photo shoot, and she passes around this like this skirt. It's a really beautiful long skirt, and it's rainbow colors.
Mm.
And once you do your photo shoot, you send it to the next woman who is in line to do their photo shoot, and everybody kind of uses this skirt to take different pictures. And
Oh,
that was a really great experience. It was a
that
really
sounds
great
so
experience.
neat.
I was happy to be a part of that. That was back in like 2020 when that happened. But it was really a humbling experience. And I think the best and the favorite part for me was sending it to the next woman. Like,
Mm-hmm.
now it's your turn. Like, it's like almost passing that baton.
Baton,
It's your
yeah.
turn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was a rewarding experience. I enjoyed it a lot.
It sound
Yeah.
like it.
Yes, it was. But anywho, let's pick it back up. I feel myself like, getting a little down, but we don't get down over here,
We don't
baby,
do it.
okay?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So besides podcasting, I know DFW has a lot to offer, music. What else are you into besides podcasting? I know there has to be something else to you because you're so vibrant. I love it.
Girl, so not just podcasting, but I, of course, I do the red carpets, different events like that.
Mm.
So I with the team, and we collectively we form a group called the Cut Up Crew. And that's
Oh,
with
okay.
JFL Productions, Fred and
Mm-hmm.
Brittany Capture, Berlinda, and Terrell Montez. And so together we individually we have our own businesses, but collectively we come together and use our talents for the better. Like for events and things like that. So we do content creation events, we posted content creation, we create content, we do a lot together. And not only that, we really bonded like a family.
Yeah.
So typically I'm either with one of them or with them. We're always together typically. Um so I'm, yeah, doing the red carpets, doing the interviews. I love karaoke. Um, um, that's pretty much it. And being a mom, like that's a full time there. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. The Cut Up Crew, is that like a comedic crew?
No, it's just like the cut up.
Oh,
Like when
teach
we
me.
together, we just cut up. You know what I mean? Like we
Oh,
cut up, but
I
we
love
accomplish
it.
our
Okay.
goals. Like we do what we set out to do. But I'm goofy, they goofy, we all
I
through. We
love
cut
it.
up, but we all do. I handle our business.
I love it. I love it. Okay, right before we jumped on our live, I had posted, um, hey DFW comedians, entrepreneurs, actors, actresses,
I saw
would
that.
y'all like to do a DFW roast? And I'm like that. Y'all might be the perfect fit to be a part of the roast, the Cut Up Crew. I love it. Yes.
Yeah, we do cut.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I was watching Family Guy. I don't know if you watch Family Guy, but that's
I
one
have
of my favorite
sometimes.
shows. And I was watching the episode where Peter wanted to do a roast on himself, and they roasted Peter, but he got all offended by it. It was so sad. It was just
By
mad about
himself.
what everybody had to say. So that's why I was like, you gotta have thick skin, baby, because you can't be roasted
Facts.
if you gonna get up there and be crying afterwards. Because, baby, I got some
Facts.
stuff I might want to say. Yeah,
He said, I've been holding back. I need to let
I've
it
been
go.
holding back. Some of y'all need to be roasted.
He said, you deserve
And
these flames.
I think the people who need to be roasted the most. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead. Be really raw. Go and be really raw.
Real raw, yes. I think the people who need to be roasted the most are the people who are in a relationship one day with one person, then the next day in a relationship with the next person,
That
and then
part.
you back with that other person, and then y'all fighting on social media, but then y'all back in love the next day, and then 2 weeks later you pregnant by that person, and then 6 months later they ain't even the daddy. Like what?
What's really going on? Them people. It's the people. It's the whole going on social media blasting it for me. It's like, how ghetto can we get?
Oh my gosh, social media is a trip. Social media is a trip.
Very much so.
Yeah, it could get too much for me sometimes. Just some of the stuff, like some of the sad stuff. Like I don't like to see like I couldn't watch that video of the Fort Worth rapper and his baby girl getting gunned down. I couldn't watch that.
Right.
I don't like to watch stuff like that. Like that, I try to pass it. Some of it, of course, it just plays, and you can't help but to watch it. But if I can bypass it, I just try to bypass some of that type of stuff. I really don't like to watch that, but some of
Oh,
that
well, see,
outrageous
you
cut up stuff, I like to watch that.
See, you good. My last job, my other job I had, I was laid off last year. That's what we used to do was like look through content, and I mean from
Mm.
suicides to babies getting raped to literally everything, and it was like you had to watch that, and like people don't know like that stuff you take home with you because it mentally messes you up. And like now I developed this like dark humor and it's like where stuff ain't supposed to be funny, I'm sitting here giggling. Like and so it's like, nah, like you have to really reprogram yourself. So I get what you're saying, like I don't like watching stuff like that, but girl, I had to do it for a living. 5 years watching stuff like that.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Mm-mm. No, no, I'm too sensitive. That's why I didn't go to school to be a nurse because I'm too sensitive. I cry over spilled milk. I can't see a lot of blood. I can't see kids dying. I can't see them hurt. I don't want to. If you coming in and you a child and your parents done abuse you, I'm going like, what are you doing? Like, I'm cooking dough. Like I can't be a part of that. So I
Not that
just
you
try
want
to
them
stay
people that
away
pass
from
out the
it.
sight of blood.
I do. I do. I do. Oh,
Uh-uh.
I do. I can't see it. I can't. I'm going to pass out.
Gonna be saying,
Mm-mm-mm.
look at you, get up, get up.
Yes. No, I'm not getting up. But yeah, speaking of other like careers and things like that, had like when you let's take it back, like when you were a little girl, like what were some of your aspirations or some of your dreams that you inspired to be, and were you able to obtain some of them?
Girl, when I tell you what I wanted to be when I was a kid, girl, you will laugh. Baby, I'll never forget. I was a kid and it was a PTA meeting and we had to write down what we wanted to be. Girl, I don't know what Jesus was thinking on the main line. Why I wrote down ballerina. Girl,
Yeah, there's
good
nothing
day.
wrong with that. I love it, especially
Girl,
for a
I
little
was
black
like,
girl.
ballerina. Girl,
Yes.
no, ma'am. I don't know what was going on in that young child's mind, but I wanted to be a ballerina. When I got in college, though, I wanted to be a therapist. I wanted to be a psychologist. But when I realized that it was going to take 9 years, I said, okay, let's change this around. So then I went into substance abuse. And so I was substance abuse. I did substance abuse counseling for some years. Um, and so I went into that avenue. It was cool. I love it. I love the ladies. I love being around, like helping. Like my heart, I love to help. So that's what I did. But like about 3 years ago, like right when I started my podcast, I actually wanted, and I still kind of do, I want to be a sex therapist or like a sex coach, an intimacy coach. That's what it is. I want to be an intimacy coach, but I wanted to be an intimacy coach like for the church. I know it sounds crazy.
Oh.
I know it
No, it
sounds
doesn't.
crazy
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. I get it.
because they don't talk about it. They act like it's taboo.
Right.
Church people act like they scared to say sex. Like no, like it happens. That's how y'all got here. You know what I'm saying? Like
And that's what God said when you get married, sex.
fruit it up,
Be
fruit it up.
fruitful, replenish the earth. Y'all should be the first ones talking about healthy sex
That
with
part.
your wife. I get it. I can see that
Yes.
happening.
I want to be an intimacy coach. And I that's something that I'm still going. I think I'm going to do that because I really do really want to be an intimacy coach.
I love that. I hope you do that. Whoo, mm. Baby, we might get a little deep here, but that's why when you said it, I was like, I'm
You're
like,
like,
do it, yes, baby. Everybody think I'm so innocent, and I love it. I love it when people meet me, and then they hear the raw me. Like I can get really raw sometimes, real and raw. I can get it, and like Sabrina, I just thought you were innocent. Thank you,
thank you. I appreciate that.
thank you.
I feel you.
Keep it
I
that
feel you.
way.
People like, girl, you all you do is smile and laugh. I'm glad you think so.
Yeah, that's it. Keep it that way. I want y'all to think I'm
Yep.
innocent, but
So when I need the pop up, you ain't ready for it.
okay.
You ain't ready for it.
You ain't ready for nothing. I got over here. I got it all. Yes, but you know what? It's time to cut to a quick commercial break. I'm
Let's do
gonna
it.
try to cut to two commercial breaks in one. We're gonna test some things out. Y'all already know that this is Hidden Images podcast, baby. I'm your host, Sabrina, but you can call me everything Sabrina. So I'm gonna cut to a quick commercial break here on the radio, and I'm also gonna cut to a commercial break right here on the live stream because I want y'all to check out this trailer. It's called Mommy's Perfect Match, and y'all already know I've been talking about this movie. I went to see the premiere, and I'm going to see the premiere again in Fort Worth, Texas. This movie is on the road to the Oscars, y'all. So we're gonna cut to a quick commercial break. So I want you to check out this trailer. It's called Mommy's Perfect Match. And while y'all are watching this trailer here, if you're listening here on the radio station, we also gonna cut to a quick commercial break here. So guess what, baby? Y'all stay tuned to Hidden Images podcast, powered by the all new Hidden Images Radio Network. Again, I'm your podcast host, Sabrina Ford, and we are bringing you nothing but the biz.
Let me find out you creeping in the next room.
Oh no, it ain't me, girl, because I am a virgin.
Did you hear what he said?
What? If loving you is wrong. Well, it's wrong today.
My perfect mommy.
For some reason, Monica didn't show up for work this morning.
Her mother and fiance were found dead today.
This guy caused me physical harm.
I'm here for help, right?
I'm the daughter you never had. Okay? I love you. You ain't my dog. A grateful, goofy motherfucker.
Must never sleep with my man.
Nobody's looking for you.
Because I'm here.
She's harmless.
It's like that anyone before me.
Act as if you love Kathy Faye more than you love me.
Fuck out of her truth for nothing.
Any of these rules are broken. I'm not willing to die.
Shut your old ass up before you make me fucking kill you.
Oh, that's my favorite part. Shut your old ass up before you make me fucking kill you. Again, that was a trailer to Mommy's Perfect Match. If y'all have not seen, well, you ain't seen it yet because it's not out yet, but y'all need to get over to my page because I've got the details to the next premiere. And y'all need to check that movie out. I'm telling you, it is gonna be a fantastic movie. It's gonna do well. It's gonna do numbers. I feel like I wish it was out already because I want to just play the movie so y'all can see it now. It's not even my movie, and I'm ready for everybody to see it, baby. Okay, baby, we back live on the radio. Welcome back to Hidden Images Podcast, powered by the all-new Hidden Images Radio Network, a Dallas podcast hub, plus the top variety of music, all under one roof. We're broadcasting live from the Live 365 app, so y'all need to head over to that app, search Hidden Images Radio Network, and tune in to some of the hottest music that you all know and love. Again, this is Hidden Images Podcast. I'm your podcast host, Sabrina Ford, but you can call me everything Sabrina, baby, because I'm giving you everything of me. It looks like we lost our guest, but guess what? She'll either be back on or, you're just going to have to talk to me, baby. Like, I'm somebody to talk to. I want to share with y'all a couple of details. I am going to be returning the Women with Purpose tour this year. So if y'all have not been able to catch, the Women with Purpose tour, some of my events that I host, it is an entrepreneur. It's an empowerment tour for women entrepreneurs. So I'm definitely going to be looking for women speakers, women entrepreneurs to come out and talk about their brands, talk about branding, marketing, advertising, share their testimonies, talk about their journey to entrepreneurship. So y'all be on the lookout for the next event because I've heard I host great events. I got people, hey, when the next tour? When is the next event? So I really do appreciate all the love and support. I really do put a lot of effort into making sure that these events that I host are going to be impactful, and they're definitely going to be insightful, and I definitely want women and men to come out. I'll be looking for women speakers. I'll be looking for men speakers. So I know it's an empowerment tool for women, but I have said it before and I'll say it again. We cannot live here in a world full of women who aren't empowered by men as well, and vice versa. We should be empowering each other, both men and women. And so I definitely have a new outlook on life, a new outlook on our men, and especially the black man. Oh, the black man. But I definitely do see myself being empowered by a lot of what the male figures have to say. And here in the DFW, across the world, we have a lot of great male figures that we can look up to. So y'all be sure to put that on your calendar. The Women with Purpose tour will be back September 2025. So y'all look out for that. I'm definitely going to be posting that flyer soon. Welcome back. I was holding it down for you. Don't worry. T Pretty.
Don't buy your phone charger. Don't buy your phone.
Say that again.
Don't buy your phone charger from T.
From T-Mobile. I think you cutting in and out there. But yeah, I got Metro. Metro by T-Mobile. Is that the same? I think you froze up on us a little bit, which is cool. Y'all already know we go through these technical difficulties. Don't worry about it. And we another technical difficulty there. So back to what we were talking about earlier. I kind of want to go back to a couple of other accounts, the high yield money market accounts, the high yield savings account, shall I say. Those are two different things, a money market account and a high yield savings account. A money market account is going to have a fluctuating rate, and then the high yield savings accounts, while they often do have a fluctuating rate as well, it doesn't fluctuate as much or as tiered as in the market. It does. And then there's also different entry rates that you can get into as far as how much you need to deposit. So I see another one. I got my computer pulled up. I've never even heard of this bank, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to do your research, of course, and that it's not a reputable bank, but I do see that they have a really great interest rate. It's called Citibank, CIT Bank. They looks like they have a 4.3% APY on a platinum savings account. There are some requirements that you need to have. Definitely want to head on over there and kind of look at that. Minimum balance on that account is $5,000 to earn the interest rate, and you definitely want to have a good sum of money to really see an interest rate on your earnings, on your money, because of course if you have 5,000 in account versus having 20,000, 30, 40,000, you're going to see a higher interest rate on your money, and you do want your money to work for itself. So I highly encourage, start with the Capital One. Again, because there's no minimum to open. And so you can use Capital One as a footstool to kind of start building that savings account and start learning and understanding what it means to have your money kind of working for itself. And then what you can do is take that interest and put that into another account and start having your interest kind of work for itself too. A lot of people do, like, I work in the bank and I see it happen all the time. They have the money market accounts, they have their funds deposited into that account, but their interest is deposited to another account. So you take the interest that you're earning that's already free money just for having your money housed in the bank, and you take that and you go make money off of that as well. So I definitely want to encourage you to have more than one high interest savings account. Start with Capital One. It's a great introductory rate, a great introductory as far as no minimum to open that account, and to keep your online savings account $0. So you can literally go tomorrow to Capital One, open that account, and start depositing money into that account. And eventually you'll see that 3.7% really start to work for you. In the beginning, you might not see it, but that's with everything. You have to build, you have to be consistent, you have to make sure that you're depositing into that account. Have a dedicated savings or a dedicated amount going into that account, so that way you're able to capitalize on your finances. And so I think that's really important. I shared with y'all, a couple of weeks ago, how I've been able to take a full year and just take my finances. I've dummied my life completely down in order to take some finances back, regain some of my own power, and move that to a position to where my money can start working for itself. And so I'm really proud of myself. I'm not a rich, I'm not a millionaire yet, but I'll get there. I'm definitely going to get there, because the next step into my plan is to take the money that I've been saving, the money that is not quite earning such a high interest, and move it somewhere that I can earn a higher interest rate. And Capital One is definitely on my radar as an account that I want to open up, move some money there, and start having my money work for itself. So I think it's really important, to kind of take a hold of your finances and really just get a grip on them and be responsible. I had to, take responsibility over, the things that I was spending my finances on versus what I wasn't spending it on or willing to invest in. And so again, just Googling high yield savings account will definitely bring up some of these accounts that I'm looking at. I've never heard of this bank again, RB Max, high yield savings account, 3.65%. That's a really good interest rate as well. Not a lot of banks are offering more than about 3.25%, 3.5%. So if you can get anything higher than 3.5% on your money, then you're doing really, really well for yourself. Looks like American Express also has a high yield savings account, 3.7%. That's really, really good. You can get a little better, because we just talked about it, but you can't find too many that are going to yield higher than 3.5%. So if you're looking for a savings account, a high yield earning savings account, Discover 3.7%, American Express 3.7%, Open Bank by Sandler 4.4%. This Citibank, CIT, 4%. That's really, really good. Western Alliance Bank, 4.3%. Great rate. Customer Bank high yield savings account, 4%. RB Max, we just talked about, 3.65%. So those are really, really good. Again, if you have money that you need to invest, just Google high yield savings account, and you definitely want to start making your money work for itself. And so we got you back, T Pretty Smile.
Girl, finally, I'm so
You
sorry, but
okay?
you know how I go.
Oh, you okay? You okay? I'm just talking about finances and high yield savings account. That again, this is a business podcast, so I try to bring a couple gems to
Yeah.
every episode that I have, and so I don't know yourself if you have a savings plan, a savings goal, but I highly recommend looking into maybe like a Capital One, the high interest, the high yield savings account. It's really good. They have a $0 introductory rate. A lot of other like money market accounts and high yield accounts. Sometimes you have to bring like 15,000 to the bank in order to even start earning an interest on that. But there are a few banks that do offer a high yield savings account where you need zero to bring. And I think that's easy for people that are just starting out, whether you're 18 years old or you're 30, because some of us are just starting to save at 30, 35, 40 years old. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of us don't have 15K to go and deposit into an account. But with Capital One, if I can go and just take them my paycheck and just start depositing in there and just start saving and eventually let it add up, I can get to that point to where I'm starting to see a higher interest on the money that I've saved in that account. And so I think it's
Mm-hmm.
easier for people to do that versus, oh my God, I don't have 15K. Where am I going to get 15K? And you got to struggle to save it. And,
Mm-hmm.
having 15K and at 3.7% or 4%, you might not see a lot of interest, but I'd rather see a little bit versus
Then
none.
the
Yeah.
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 And see, that's another conversation we don't have is credit talk, like financial
Absolutely.
literacy. Not until we
Absolutely.
older. Like I had a Capital One card at one time. When I turned 18, they started flooding you with credit cards.
Yeah.
And I didn't know nothing about it. Like, and my dad was a whole accountant. And
Yeah.
we didn't have those like conversations until I was getting older. So when I had the Capital One card though, I'm thinking I'm balling. I'm my first year in college. Um, went and girl, I was using it every time I went to Sonic. I was using it for like little stuff we just just random stuff, right? And I
Everything.
ended up using it for a car too. I started paying it back, and then I was like, when I found out that they ain't gonna come look for me or nothing, they just gonna give me this money and they ain't gotta do nothing. Girl,
Yeah.
went and ran with it, and I just used the car, never paid it back, never paid it back. And so it wasn't until I got older and saw, and my dad started having those conversations with me as when I got older, and was like, "This is what credit is. This is what it does. This is why you need credit." And I think we need more conversations like that. We really do. I'm so glad you're doing that because we do need more conversations like that to spread around, and so people can know the real deal.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I want to cut to one of my favorite segments. It's called Hidden Gems and Quotes. And so, what I do on this segment is I come up with a quote, I find it online, or I'll snag it from an entrepreneur that maybe you and I know here in the DFW or anywhere. And I read the quote, I say who it's from, and we kind of just dive deeper into the quote. That's why I call it
I
hidden
like
gems and
it.
quotes. Because on the surface level, we might know what the quote means, but there's also sometimes a deeper meaning into certain things that we say in quotes. And so I found a quote that I thought would be really great for us to kind of share here, read the quote, and kind of just dive a little bit deeper into the quote. And
Okay.
so this quote comes from Franklin D. Roosevelt, and it says, when you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on. And I'm going to read it one more time. And so, again, this quote is from Franklin D. Roosevelt, and it says, when you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on. And I want to let you share your thoughts on that first. If you need me to read it again, let me know. But I definitely see some inspiration in that quote as well.
Oh, I think well, to me, it means more of when you think you're at the end, when you think you're done, you think you have um done all you can do, so to say. Hold on because you don't never know what's gonna come. And I even apply it to myself. When I first started off, I started off as only podcasting. Um, I was in out my living room, and when I actually somebody inboxed me one day and was like, "Hey, I've heard some you were referred to. You were referred by somebody, and I want to know if you'll do interviews at a pop up for me." And never had I done an interview, never had I done any of that. I didn't even know what a pop up was, none of that. And I was like, sure, right? Because who wants to turn down? Like, oh, okay. Got there, smashed it. Didn't think I was gonna do well. Did great. And literally the next time I did another one, and a director came to me, and that's how I ended up doing red carpets, doing being behind the scenes. Like I never saw myself even being a motivational speaker. That came out of cancer. Like I think just when you think that you're done and that you're at your limit, or you think you're going down this path, you never know what doors and opportunities can open. So I will always say, like he said, hold on to it. Hold on to what you're doing, because you never know what else is out there. You never know what path may lead you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love your thoughts on that, and I share some of the same thoughts. I mean, exactly kind of what it says. It's like tie a knot in it and hang on. I mean, like we have our wishes, we have our desires, we have our wants, we have everything, our dreams in life. And when we think that we've reached them, or we think we're at the end, no, hang on, because there's more. Don't let go. Don't let go of your wishes, your wants, your desires, your
Hmm.
dreams. I was married one time, and it didn't work out, but I still have that yearning. I still have that desire. I still have that knot that I'm holding on to be a wife again. And so I'm not letting go of that. I'm not, because there's hope.
Hmm.
My desires outweigh the negativity or my bad experience or my
Period.
learning experience. I took that and I'm able to create more hope for myself, because now I've
Hmm.
learned from my mistakes and I'm able to hold on a little tighter. And so I really like that quote. When I saw it earlier, I say, yeah, this is it. This
That
is
was a
it.
good
This
one.
is
That is a
different.
good quote.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
it.
that.
I love that segment. It's a segment I came up with, hidden gems and quote, and I really like to share that segment with people when people come on. And I'm gonna dive right into another segment that I have. Have you played that game? Would you rather?
Oh yeah, I played before.
Yeah, we're gonna
While
keep it
ago.
business wise.
Look, long time ago.
Yes, yes. So I keep it business wise here, and I love this game too. I think it's pretty fun. And so I always ask people, would they rather do this or do that, or on this or on that. And so this one might be kind of simple and easy for you, you
Okay.
know. But
Okay.
I'm going to ask you, would you rather be a podcast host, or would you rather be a TV host?
Oh, okay. Okay. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Girl. And I've always wanted my show to actually like either be a radio show or a talk show. Like all
Yeah.
that has always been the goal from day one. Like I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say, oh, girl, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. I'm gonna say talk show.
Ah, I love
I'm gonna
it.
go with
I
talk
love
show.
it.
I like being interactive. I like seeing people reaction and being face to face. Like I'm a very like personable person, so I think
Yeah.
talk show.
Yeah. I have to agree with you on that one. I really would love to be a talk show host. I
Yes,
love being with people. I love interviewing people. I love doing it virtually, but of course, I know as a podcast host, it's a different
person. Yep.
experience when you're in person. But virtual is cool too. I love the
Yeah.
virtual because I feel like virtually, we get to be a little more comfortable. Like right now, I don't even have my shoes on.
Okay. Me neither.
I don't, so I love virtual because I feel like virtually I get to kind of relax a little more.
Yeah.
I didn't have to clean up the office as much. Y'all can't see the little
Hmm.
mess going on over here. So I do love virtual as well. But definitely that being a talk show host,
Girl,
oh my
yes.
gosh, that's
Don't
on
you
my
miss the
radar.
old
I
good talk
love
shows like
that.
Sally and
Ricky
girl, Jenny
Lake.
Jones, Ricky Lake,
Jenny
girl.
Jones, yes! I forgot about Jenny Jones.
Don't you do
Baby,
Jenny.
I
Don't you do
loved
Jenny.
her. Yes. And one of my favorites, of course, Jerry Springer. I don't care how messy it was, Jerry Springer.
We was watching it. We was watching it.
Watching it. Did you used to play Jerry Springer? Because me and my cousins, baby, we used to play Jerry Springer.
I'm not finna play with you. Not that y'all. No, ma'am.
We used to play Jerry Springer. I love it.
That is too
Yes.
funny.
Yes, but the '90s were the best.
Oh, the
How
best.
you don't mind me asking? How old are you?
36.
Okay, yeah. So we were the same. I'm 38. So you kind of grew
Oh,
up in the
girl,
'90s
you
as
don't look
well
like no
too.
38.
Thank you.
Come on,
Thank you.
what you drinking?
Come
What you
through.
drinking? What you drinking?
Water and margaritas.
Gotta add them. Gotta add them. I need them. I need them. You looking
Speaking of
good, girl.
margaritas, Demarcus Bailey is having an all-white margarita party. So I definitely would love to see you there.
Oh.
If you want to come, I think I got a table with Nicole, and I think we have room for at least two more people at our table, if I'm not mistaken. I can
Girl, put
confirm
me in. Put me in the game,
and let
coach.
you know for sure. If not, I'll make sure you get a ticket and we can share seats together. You can sit in.
Look, I'm like, pass that drink right there.
Yes. Yes, yes. So what's your favorite part about podcasting? Is it just being around the people? Is it the camera, the setup? Like what's your favorite part about being a podcast host?
My favorite part is putting the guests together to a topic. I do it very strategically. People inbox me a lot and be like, "Oh, I want to come on the show. I want to come on the show." And like, it's not that I don't want you to come on. I want you to come on, but I'm very strategic when I make my show. So, like for example, tomorrow, we're talking. I ain't gonna say what we're talking about, but I have an episode. It's gonna be Maisha Bryant, who's a plus size model. And we have Theony, who's an MC throughout DFW. And so with all three of us being a plus size women, I want to have have a conversation. So when I do things, I move very strategically because I want to make sure that because they already don't know the topic. So I want to make sure that what they have to say cater to a topic. I want to make sure that their resources are known. I want to make sure that what they have to say is about that topic. They can relate in some way. So I always make sure that's my favorite part because it's like putting a puzzle together and like step
Yeah.
back and after the show you like, man, like that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want us
Yes.
to have that conversation. I want that impression. So picking guests like and pulling a topic, I love it. I literally go around when I'm watching TV, if I'm in a conversation, I have a notebook at all times, and like topics will come to me like that. And so it's like, oh, and I'm already in my mind like, boom, okay, I want this person for this topic right here. Okay, we're gonna talk. Oh, I gotta pull the resources. Boom. Okay, so I love that. It's like magic to me.
I love that for you. I think we share a commonality that it just comes natural to us.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. That's what I'm hearing. Because I just wing it. I promise I pick my guests. I have my intro, but I let my guests kind of lead and I feed off of what my guest is saying,
Mm.
so I know what I'm gonna ask next or lead into or talk about next. Or okay, let's talk about this. Since you mentioned that, let's dive deeper into that. I really just wing it. And some guests I have had where they like I do want to talk about this and that. So that's why I asked you too as well. Is there anything in particular, anything important that we do need to touch on? Because I think that's very important too. If I'm going to have a guest, if there's something that they want to highlight, they want to share, they want to talk about, I definitely want to touch on that. But I'm a wing lady.
You better than me. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't like people to come into like, oh, I want to talk about this. This ain't your shit. I'm gonna keep, and that's just me being really raw.
Yeah,
If you
there
want
you
to have that
go. There you
conversation,
go.
go catch that, go outside and go have your conversation because there's
Yeah.
I'm working with some over here. I'm doing something
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah.
I'm all for your resources. Like, all give out your resource. You got discount, give it out. You got promo, give it
Yeah.
out. Do that. But when
Right.
you come specifically and then like, oh, I want to specifically talk about this. That ain't what I'm here for. I got a message that I'm putting
Right.
you in, and I'm trying to get your story told or your information held or this discussion. So I already have the discussion. I just need you to come in and play your part. So that's another. I'm just keeping it real and raw though. That's why I love picking how I pick. And it's not even
Right.
like I'm skipping over people. Like I said, people will
Right.
inbox all the time and be like, "Yeah, I want to be on your show. I want to be on your show." Cool, hold on. And I go back and I look and see, like, okay, what does this person do? What does this person have to offer? Because what I don't want is for nobody to come on and just talking boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not everybody got a butthole, everybody got an opinion, everybody got one, and that's fine. You can say that. But when we having these serious conversations, what are you offering? What do you have to
Absolutely.
say? So that's just me. But more power to you because that's really good that you give your speakers and your guests a platform to say what they want to say and feel how they feel. So big kudos to you for that.
And in a way, we're both doing it. You do it too. It's just more on a structural base of this is our topic. This is what we're going to talk about. Feel free to be yourself, and we can talk about this. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I like that. I like that, and I love how we can talk about the differences in the way you host your podcast and the way I host my podcast, because it's important for other people who are aspiring to be a podcast host
Mm-hmm.
to know just be yourself.
Yep.
Host your show. It doesn't matter how T Pretty Smiles hosting her show. It doesn't matter how everything Sabrina is hosting her show. You host your show how you want to,
How
how you
you
want to
want it.
structure it, and everything else is gonna fall into place. So I'm actually glad you
Mm-hmm.
shared that. That's gonna be insightful to somebody else who's looking to host a podcast and don't know what to do or what should I talk about. Whatever you want to talk about.
Right? I love how you just so genuine, like you real, like you authentic with it. You like me. You don't have no script to go off of. Like it's literally just free mind, just freelance, just go with it. And it goes. And I think a lot of people need to know that you don't have to have a script. Go in there and talk like you
No.
on the phone with your homegirls. Like it's the
Right.
same
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
Channel your inner you. You got something to say what you gotta say. Don't worry
Yeah.
about, like you said,
Absolutely.
who ain't listening. Because what's gonna gravitate is gonna gravitate.
Exactly. Exactly. That is so true. And it's all about consistency. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It's all about consistency. That's the same
Hmm.
thing that we all have in common, whether you're an actor, an actress, a banker, a podcast host, a comedian, a professional wrestler. I mean, I can make up any business
Yeah.
or entrepreneur journey, but as long as you're being consistent at it, everything is going to fall into place. So that's the one thing that we all have in common that we need to do is just remain
Yeah.
consistent in our journey. So yeah,
Hmm.
I enjoy
Speak
it.
that,
I
girl.
really
Clock
enjoy it.
that. How you clock that T? How they do
I
it? Clock
got a
that
few
T.
gems. I got a few gems. Shout out to Courtney Holmes. He's a life insurance agent. So anybody out there looking to, if you don't have life insurance, you need to add Courtney, he does life insurance, and so I mean, I have a lot of entrepreneurs that kind of jump in and join in on the podcast. And I definitely want to shout them out because we all are doing different things. We all trying to make it work. We
Facts.
all on our different journeys, and I love it. We got about 8 minutes left, and so I'm gonna leave these last 8 minutes to you. I want you to
Oh,
go ahead and just, tell everybody where they can find you on social media,
okay.
and when is your next episode? Where can they catch it? All your platforms. Let's just let people know where can they follow you as well too.
All right, let's get to it, y'all. So you can follow Real Raw Let's Talk on YouTube at Real Raw Let's Talk, on Facebook at Real Raw Let's Talk 2. Also, every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., we have Conversation Real Let's Talk is on Nostalgic Radio. So that's online on YouTube, Nostalgic Radio. That's also on Facebook, Nostalgic Radio. And we have a great time. I bring different guests every week, and we really dive into some really big conversations. Tomorrow, we're having a really good convo. So definitely tune in for that. Again, 7 to 9 every Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Thursday on Nostalgic Radio. You also can follow us on YouTube at Real Raw Let's Talk, and also on TikTok at Real Raw Let's Talk. If you want to be a guest, you definitely can hit me up at T Pretty Smile on Instagram, on Facebook, or if you have a topic, red carpet, anything and such, hit us up at Real Raw Let's Talk at gmail.com.
I love it. I love it. I definitely have a topic. When you get ready to talk about anything adult, sexual, anything
It's
sexual
coming.
health,
I got you. I got you. I got you.
put me on there with all the freaks, all the super freaks.
You said put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game.
Put me in the game, coach.
I got you.
Yes, yeah, that's part of my shyness. I'm just playing, y'all. That's not me. I'm just playing.
Now it's all about being real to yourself, girl. Like
Oh
people will
yeah,
say, like,
absolutely.
like a few months ago, girl, I was a guest speaker, and it was a church function, and it was at a Church of Christ. I did some prayer boards, and then like people be like, oh, in the next couple minutes, oh, but you do this or you say that, and you say, well, God, I know myself. I know my relationship with God, and He knows me because He made me. I'm a work in
Yeah.
progress, and He knows that.
Hmm.
So I don't shame nobody for how they feel, they journey in with God, they journey or any of that. Because ain't nobody in this, I'm going to always say this, don't nobody in this world got a heaven or a hell to put nobody
Ooh, say that again. Let
in.
me write
Don't.
that quote down. Send me that one. Send me that to my inbox because that will be on hidden gems and quotes. That's a
For
deep quote.
real.
That's a deep one.
Don't
I like
nobody in this
that.
world got a heaven or
Yeah,
a hell to
send
put
that to me.
nobody in.
I mean that. Send that to me. Send it. We're gonna.
I
That's gonna
got
be on
you.
the next one. Yes, like I like that one. We're gonna dive deeper into that one.
Like, for real.
Yes, but T
Save a
Pretty
lot of headaches.
Smile, I really do appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I love it. This has been a
Yes.
great conversation. I can't wait to learn more about you in person and us to meet and link up and have a good
Yes.
time. I'm
Got
excited.
to.
I don't think they're gonna be able to handle our energy.
I don't
Okay.
think so. I don't think so, Sabrina. I don't think so.
I love it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's been another great
Yes.
conversation on Hidden Images Podcast, powered by the all new Hidden Images Radio Network. I need y'all to tune in on the radio, baby. I'm giving y'all a little extra going here live because why am I going live when I want y'all to listen here on the radio? So I'm gonna start giving y'all clips. I'm just feeding y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeding y'all these interviews now, but eventually you're not gonna be able to see the whole live interview. You're just gonna get clips. You got to tune in on the radio if you want to hear what's going on. So y'all head over to Live 365. Download the app, search Hidden Images Radio Network. And again, y'all gonna hear some of the hottest music that you know and love. Hidden Images podcast airs every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. and then it re-airs Mondays at noon. Again, I'm your podcast host, Sabrina Ford, but you can call me Everything Sabrina. And with always, I hope y'all have a good night. Que tengan un buen día ustedes. Okay, cool. We stopped there. Oh, goodbye, radio.